Welcome to the Mo Money, Mo Problems podcast. I'm your host, PAF 201 student Chris Martin. Thank you for listening to this inaugural and most likely one-off event. I'll do my best to not disappoint. Today I want to talk about currency, specifically fiat currency versus commodity-backed currency. It wasn't that long ago, albeit before myself, and I'm sure most of my classmates were born, that a dollar was backed by its equivalent value of gold, stored at Fort Knox and various other places around the country. Why is it that all nations now utilize a fiat currency? Wouldn't it be better to have money that had some sort of intrinsic value attached to it? In 1971, President Nixon declared the United States would no longer back the dollar with gold reserves, ending the gold standard. Between 1971 and 2012, the U.S. currency in circulation increased from just under $49 billion to over $1 trillion. Insert Dr. Evil gesture here. Fiat currency derives its value entirely from the government by which it is issued. U.S. Federal Reserve notes are literally not worth the intrinsic value of the paper they are printed on. But people have no problem performing work in exchange for these notes, or trading them for goods or services that they have personal value in. Dollars get their value from the full faith and credit of the United States. But when you know the government can just print money, is there a lot of faith or credit left? In these days of skyrocketing national debt, deficit spending, and the threat of defaulting on said debt, there have been calls for a return to the gold standard to restore confidence in the dollar and rein in spending. Gold has been recognized as having a real value as a medium of exchange for thousands of years, and is utilized by many as a hedge against inflation. A gold standard would prevent the government from manufacturing money out of thin air as it does currently, as it would require a corresponding amount of gold in the Treasury to back the currency. The U.S. Treasury currently holds over 261 million troy ounces of gold, with a value of nearly $328 billion at current gold prices. Would it even be possible to convert back to a gold standard? Probably not. The U.S. would either have to massively increase its gold reserves, or set the dollar price of gold ridiculously high, or suffer massive deflation which would destabilize or even crash our economy, which would in turn negatively affect the global economy. Gold standards also limit expansionary fiscal policies enacted to help the economy during recessions. It's quite likely that the Great Depression was prolonged due to the gold standard. Furthermore, a gold standard can't expand quick enough to maintain international trade and economic growth. While it would be pretty cool to cruise on down to your local Federal Reserve Bank and exchange a bag full of dollars for gold bars or coins, it would be much better to address budget deficits and the expanding debt in other ways, like not spending so damn much. This concludes this episode of Mo Money, Mo Problems. I'm Chris Martin, encouraging you to keep $1,000 in your emergency fund, spay or neuter your pets, and tell your mama that you love her.
Who's hot, who not? Tell me who rock, who sell out in the stores. You tell me who flop, who cop the blue drop, who Jews got blocks, who's mostly